Nuqaq sutiymi Mariano Suta apukusi. Paqarimunitaqmi kay pachapi. Kay pachataqmi uywawaqni mamayhina. Ñawpa pachamanta hinatapunin kawsayku hatun tayta mamakunapas, wawakunapas, lipin runamasinchikunapas. Kaypi runakunan mañakunku apukunata hanaq pachawan rimanakunankupaq, parata apachimunankupaq, mikhuykuna, q'achukuna sumaqta q'umirta wiñananpaq. Chayraykun pachamamanchis apachimanchis ashwan allin mikhuyta, papata.
When the Europeans went back home from the New World, they took with them much more than gold and silver. In the ship's holds there was a greater treasure, also extracted from the depths of this land of legends: the potato. Potatoes were taken from America to Europe, and from there to Asia, and back to North America, and then to Africa. They spread throughout the world. Now the potato is one of the 4 main crops of the world, with almost 300 million tons annually, harvested in over 150 countries. But what are the origins of its cultivation? In his struggle to gain independence from the chance elements of the climate and the insufficient food provided by simple gathering and hunting, man began to control the quality and quantity of what he gathered, and ended up growing his own food. In this way, agriculture began. For over 8,000 years in the Andes, especially in the region of Lake Titicaca, Cusco and the southern highlands of Peru, the indigenous peoples have improved the enormous variety of products that the different climates and altitudes already provided, producing larger amounts with better flavor and better resistance to disease. The potato was and still is the star food.
Ese es papa de cómpices. Sí, cómpis. Ese es cosi. Ese papa sirve para chuño.
No solo para comer es la papa, sino hay papa para sopa, hay papa solamente para guatia, hay papa también para fiestas grandes, ¿no? Para cumpleaños, para matrimonios. También hay papas para medicina, ¿no?
However, in the last few decades, this enormous variety of potatoes has declined, even in its places of origin, due to the appearance of improved varieties.
Arariwakunaqa unaymantan willawanku, musuq muhukunaqa paqarimun kikillamantan. Pachamamanchis chaykunata apachimuanchis. Apamuranku q'ayma papakunata, chaymanta rikusqayman hinan chinkaripsharanku ñawpa muhu papakuna. Kunantaqmi waqmanta papakunaqa kutimpishanku, ñawpaqmanta ruwasqanku hina. Papakunaqa paqarimunku.
A few years ago, 6 communities in Pisac, located at the entrance to the sacred valley of the Incas, very close to Cusco, joined together and formed the Potato Park, an area of collective biocultural heritage, unique of its kind. This is a region of the Andes that's considered the birthplace of the potato. However, due to the invasion of foreign practices, the extraordinary genetic variety of the native potato was being replaced by an improved but insipid variety, which in the long term produced only losses and cultural estrangement. The park, located between 3,200 and 5,000 meters above sea level, has an area of 9,000 hectares. It's administered by the indigenous communities themselves. The initiative is promoted by Andes Association, an NGO with Andean roots, in coordination with an IIED program called Sustaining Local Food Systems, Agrobiodiversity and Livelihoods.
Aquí nos encontramos en el Parque de la Papa y estamos en la comunidad de Chahuaytiri. Por iniciativa de la Asociación de Comunidades se viene haciendo el mantenimiento y la conservación de los recursos, en este caso de la agrobiodiversidad de papas nativas, ¿no? El cual está manejado, conducido por los ararihuas, que son un grupo de agricultores especializados en el manejo de las papas. Y acá dentro de las comunidades, en este caso de la comunidad de Chahuaytiri, se ha logrado juntar ya 245 variedades. Sí, son de aquí, de esta comunidad. Asimismo, en las demás comunidades están juntando las papas, ¿no? Y dentro del parque ya se tiene más de 950 variedades.
In 2004, the International Potato Center and the Association of Park Communities signed an agreement, the first of its kind, to promote the cultivation, use and maintenance of local native varieties. Also to guarantee that ancestral knowledge connected to their cultivation should remain in the custody of the communities themselves and not be the object of intellectual property rights by third parties. Thanks to this, 260 varieties of potatoes, free from viruses and diseases, have already been repatriated, which has meant a 30% increase in the productivity of original varieties.
La repatriación implica una restauración de aquello que se perdió. Y hay evidencias en este proceso de algunas papas que aparecen como recuperadas después de mucho tiempo, especialmente cuando son reconocidos por los agricultores más ancianos o mucho mayores, ¿no?
Y hemos hecho un convenio, un contrato para que nos devuelvan las papas, porque la repatriación es, o sea que la papa está volviendo a su lugar, ¿no? Nos estamos repatriando, eso es.
But unity is not only strength, it also makes for an increase in creativity. And so in the park there are many other remarkable initiatives, like the project to identify medicinal plants and their use in creams, soaps, shampoos and teas.
Nukai kunci harabita, harawe de eucalypto, nuskata nukai kuruariku, ukupach, nukai kunci korahampiku mantan naturalmente urkuskaikuang.
The breeding of guinea pigs. The training of a group of young video producers. The creation of handicraft workshops.
Hamoktenga masta tejido con nada pshruai kuman. Invitei kuma ya panchen na grupo con hamoktengo mas kalita tarai kuma hamoktengo.
At present, through the promotion of biocultural tourism, The indigenous communities of the potato park are prepared to receive visitors who want to know about and experience the special relationship they have with their culture, their history, and their sacred environment. Mother Earth.
Arinoqa munaymami awis kay Parque de la Papapi anchayna visitakuna anchayna riqsirichinaykupak documentawan anchayna invitanaykupak munaymami noqa.
The indigenous communities of the Potato Park have identified and prepared 3 ancestral routes to take visitors through the beautiful Andean cultural landscape and its extraordinary agro-biodiversity, linking the fields where conservation of native potatoes can be seen on site, as well as constructing a restaurant specializing in local native potatoes, which are unique, enormously varied, and delicious. The visitor can take a tour of 2, 3, or 5 days, which offers the experience of walking in one of the most attractive valleys near Cusco, in communion with nature and with a people that have created and maintained sacred ties with it, full of tradition and spirituality. The routes connect lakes venerated since time immemorial, archaeological sites that speak of this ancestral relationship, and the cultivation of hundreds of varieties of native potatoes. They illustrate the magnificent management of the park's biodiversity and constitute, likewise, the hope of thousands of Andean inhabitants of preserving their customs and their cosmovision, as well as securing the food supply for future generations. All this effort is supported by the income from travellers visiting the park. While they're being enriched and learning from the experience, they're also following one of the most respected rules of Andean culture: reciprocity.
Kami terlintas.